Hi guys, Adam from Survival 4ZA. Thanks for joining us for another video. It's a lovely day, so I thought I'd come outside and do some more stuff. So on the subject of fire lighting, what I thought I'd do today is just a couple of different methods that I've been using for getting the initial flame going when starting a fire outside. So I don't know them all yet, and like I've said on a previous video, what I am going to do is I'm going to dedicate an entire video to building a bow drill set and trying to get the old fire by friction, get a bow drill working, try and get an ember, try and get that ember into some nesting material and get a fire going, because that would be a huge success for me if I can. I'm not going to touch on it in this video because, like I said, that video will probably be a long video because I'd imagine there'll be several failures in that. So today all I'm going to do is just show you what methods I currently use. So guys, some of the items that we've got that we're going to use for getting that initial flame going are our birch bark, which we've used in some of the videos before. I'm quite happy with that now, doing the scrapings on birch bark and getting that flame going. I'm going to use a solid fuel tablet, which like barbecue type fire lighters, and also got some cotton wool and also some petroleum jelly. So we're just going to do a bit of a comparison with sort of getting a bit of a spark into cotton wool, and then just to show you the difference between putting the cotton wool into petroleum jelly first and then getting a spark into it, just to see how much extra time it buys you. Okay, so we'll just give those ones a go and see how we get on. Right guys, so for each one that I ignite to get that initial flame going, I'm going to be using the old ferrocerium rod or fire steel. It's literally just the old. Hopefully you can see that on the camera there. Get a few sparks going using that, just to get that hot spark into my initial product to get that first flame going. So let's give it a go. Right guys, so with the birch bark, I'm sure you've seen me do it before on the other videos. Just going to take some scrapings to start with, build up a little dust pile. Now if you want a really good flame, you want to just do this for quite a while, get a nice pile of dust. I'm not worried about getting a massive flame going. I'm not going to start a fire. I just want to get that little spark going just to show you. So put the fire steel down. And this is a couple of different methods of using your ferrocerium rod. Some people hold the knife still and bring the fire steel away, so you shower your product with sparks. I tend to like to try and put the steel down close to what I'm trying to ignite and strike the knife down to it and really push that hot spark down into it with the blade of the knife. And there you go. Hopefully you can see that flame going nicely now. Now with that small pile that I scraped, it doesn't burn long, as you can see. If I'd have scraped a really nice pile there, I could have had that flame going for a little bit longer, give me a chance to get a little bit more material on there, a bit more birch bark, just to help slowly build that fire. Right, let's try the next one. Right guys, so the next one is your normal barbecue fire lighter, your solid fuel block. So I'm just going to try and put a spark into it with the ferrocerium rod, see if I can get an initial flame going, and if I can, brilliant, because these things are cheap as chips, they're light to carry, so an easy addition to your kit. So just give myself a bit of exposed material by twisting it with a knife a little bit, just so I can get a spark right into there. And let's give it a go. Managed to break the block. Right, that's not going to plan so far. Try that again. Right, that's not going as I hoped it would have done. I thought that if I chewed up the top of the solid fuel block a bit, I would be able to get a spark into there and get that ignited. Like I said, it takes a flame quite well, but maybe not so much a spark then. I'll give it another couple of goes. and now that's struggling to get going. So maybe not the best system. Let's go on to the next one. So this one, guys, just normal cotton wool. Fluff it up a little bit. Get a nice surface area. Hopefully and you might not see the flame on the lens because it's very bright today, but that ignited quite well. That's ever so slowly burning, still there, just a little bit, but it's very quickly using up that material and burning out. Just see if there's still enough flame there to get that solid fuel block going. There you go. So my solid fuel blocks do work, it's just they do not like the spark. Alright, so now what we do, take the cotton wool, I'm going to just rub it in petroleum jelly, which is basically just your bulk standard Vaseline. Okay. Now we'll try and get a spark into that. Burning nicely. Right, hopefully what you'll notice this time is, one, that's a better flame than the last cotton ball, that they didn't have any product on it at all. The one with petroleum jelly is burning nice and slowly. What the jelly's doing is slowing down that burn, and that's giving you plenty of time. That'll burn quite nicely for a good minute or so now, if not longer. And if I had my dry twigs and I wanted to get that fire going, I could now start to layer up that fire. I could start to get the twigs on that fire, layer it up, and try and build that up to a nice fire. Whereas with the cotton wool that didn't have petroleum jelly, that flame would have long burnt out now, and it wasn't as nice a flame either. That will really help to start to get a fire going. That so petroleum jelly. If you either carry a tub in your kit and some cotton wool balls, so you can mix them up when you need them, or prepare some beforehand, but I would put them in a sealed sandwich bag, because you get the sticky petroleum jelly all over your kit otherwise. But that is burning nicely, and that's giving us definitely the longest burn, the nicest flame, and that would really help to get our fire going to start with. So guys, I don't know if you can see in the background here, the cotton wool that had the petroleum jelly on it is still burning. Now I promise, I'm going to be totally honest with you, this is not that I've set up another one whilst removing the camera around. I've probably taken the best part of a minute to adjust the camera, set it up differently on the tripod, and it's still burning now. There's still a nice good clear flame on that, so I'd be really happy if that was my method of trying to get that fire going in initially, because that's burning for a nice long time, and if my dry twigs wouldn't have taken by now, then I don't know what I'm going to do to get a fire going. So thanks for taking the time to watch this short video by Survival from ZA. Like I said, it's only a couple of methods that I currently use for trying to get a fire going. I tried a bit of an experiment with a solid fuel block. Didn't work. Obviously they take a flame really well and burn for a nice long time, which is useful, but if all you've got is your ferro rod and you're trying to get that initial flame, then they're no good. So definitely the one that did the best was the spark into a cotton wool bud that had petroleum jelly on it, because it just burnt for a nice long time. I do like to use the birch bark method just because it's a more of a natural resource. You don't have to carry so much stuff around with you. You can find it out a lot of the time. There's lots of silver birch grown in this country, so I do like that, and it just feels a bit more like you're doing the bushcraft thing properly by using silver birch bark and getting the scrapings going. However, it's not always necessarily a survival type situation where you've got to just live off the land. You know, it's bushcraft, we're going outside, enjoying the outdoors. Weather like this, you don't need a fire going really, other than to sterilise some water and to cook on, but you certainly wouldn't need a fire for heat. I'm learning all the time. Like I say, what I will do is I will do a video on a couple of other different methods of getting fire going, because I want to learn some different ones. This was just a video of me showing you what I currently use with my limited knowledge. So stay tuned for some more advanced techniques as I get a bit more ambitious, shall we say, to have a go at it. So thanks again for tuning into Survival 4ZA. If you like the videos that we're doing, please click on like, click on the subscribe button. Thanks again for watching this video. All the best.